evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How is everyone doing? How is your day? Hope everyone had an awesome day today. Well, tonight, I have something special for you guys. I just recently purchased the transcript. If I don't know if you guys remember back in February, there was a hearing done with Judge Ann Donnelly, and this is when um, she made some decision regarding to rejecting the motion that Robert's attorney had submitted in, which Steve Greenberg, no, it wasn't Steve, it was Michael Leonard, had submitted, and they had hid it for a while until as of the 12th they released it. So I went and got it. I purchased it, and I wanted to bring it to you guys attention. So we're going to read it. It's roughly about 17 pages, and it's just going to give you the actual hearing itself. We're going to read it play by play of what was spoken so you guys could get a full understanding of some of the proceedings of what happened. And like I told you guys, I'm going to start pulling out some information to you guys so you guys could be well educated in what's happening to him. Just giving you guys actual transcripts, actual the actual case information, the stuff that's on paper. Since a lot of you guys are not able to attend or not able to be in the calls, so you guys will be able to hear what went on. So as I said before, I'm going to give you some good information, and that will help you guys to understand. I'm going to stay in that. Thank you, Miss Fa. Miss Fa's here, so I'm going to put the link in there for her because she's going to be my reader tonight. Miss Fa, I'm going to put the link in your email. So I'm going to send it to your email. Just 1 second. I'm going to send the link to your email. And you can click it straight from your email, okay? Okay, hold on a second. I know I had your email right here. There we go, I got you. Let me reply so you can get the email. Okay, check your email now, Miss Fur. Okay. So Miss Fur volunteered to help me read tonight because we're gonna do it in part so you can hear the difference in the people. Let's see. I'm gonna pull my record up so I can, and I'm gonna put it up for you guys to be able to read it also. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. So you guys could read it. Just bear with me a second. I am going to let Miss Fa come on in. It's like giving you guys a bedtime story for tonight. Let me say hi to people in the chat. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. Welcome. It's the first time I've seen you here. Hold on. Miss Fa's coming in. Hey, Miss Fa.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's great to see you.
I know.
Hey, let me say hi to the people in the chat and then we can get started. Hey, Timothy. Oh my God, Timothy is here. Hey, Nakenya. Due process for Kelly. Miss Leo. Hey, YTF. Hey, Marietta. Hello, lovable Leo. My buddy, forensic tech guy. How are you this evening? Hey, Shannon. Of course, hey, Miss Fa.
Hello.
Hey, Anna, Cheryl. Hey, Laquita. Laquita, we finally get a chance to see each other, huh? But anyway, guys, I'm going to start bringing you forth stuff. I guess my channel is going to be the boring, but it's going to be the channel that you can get information. You know, as I told you guys, I made a decision that only thing that's going to come out of this channel is positivity, things that's going to be uplifting, things that's going to be informational, educational, things that going to keep you abreast of what's happening to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Okay. Um, on this side, I am 1000% for Mr. Kelly. Um, Nothing negative is going to come out of my mouth. You will not hear that word, what those people were calling him, out of this channel at all. That is one a requirement. Even if someone is using that as an example, that is not a word to be used in this channel at all. So did you get something from me? Yes, I did, Cheryl. Yes, I did. Those who are still donating to the banner, please, 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 please don't forget to go on to the other side. I put a post. I need you guys to go and put what phrase or what slogan you want on the banner. What we're going to do after I get all the numbers, I'm going to do a poll, and then you guys are going to vote. And then the one with the biggest number is the one we're going to pick. So I want you guys to have an opportunity to participate in it. And it's only for those who have donated, because it wouldn't be fair if the ones who haven't donated get a chance to give a say in it. It's only for those who has donated. Even if you donate $5, $10, whatever it is, as long as you donate, you'll have the opportunity to be able to give us a slogan. Sounds good? Okay. All right. Hey Kayla, hey Rena, hey Marietta, Champel, Ashley, Lala, Pamela. I'm just trying to say hi to everybody. Cheryl and Miss Leo. I said hi to you already. Champel, Lala. Okay. And Shannon. The other thing, those of you guys who write Robert often, Father's Day is coming around. I would love for everyone to flood him with Father's Day cards. And I would suggest you guys start sending it out now, because we don't know where he's going to be next month. He may be moved next month. We don't know yet. So what we need to do is get those cards out to him. And remember, those cards have to be plain white envelope. Okay. And no fancy card, no card that has that some sort of resin thing, no, nothing with metal inside. If you go, even if you go to Dollar Tree, get the one of those cheap cards, it's the thought that counts. And that's what I want him to be able to feel, the love from us on Father's Day. And if you want, put a picture of yourself in there, because remember, Mr. Kelly is a visual person. So if you put you send yours, oh yay, Ruthie sent hers, yay. But send a picture, and don't send a nude picture, please, guys. Don't kiss the card. Don't put no lipstick on the card. Don't put any kind of oily substance. Don't put any, just write. Okay? Just write and send him a picture. You know, let's keep him uplifted, okay? I send a card every week. He will get a father. Awesome, awesome, Pamela. No, we can't, because if you send those kisses and oily stuff is on there, like your lipstick, they're going to return it back to you. I'm just going to warn you. If you decide to do that, it's going to come right back to you. So try to just be as plain as possible. Just put a picture so he'll know who you are. So he'll recognize your face, especially those who write them every week. Try to keep a picture. Go put a picture in there every time. Something uplifting for him. Okay? Do not put any extra paper. Do not put any extra stamps or anything like that. Okay? So does that sound good, people? Oh, you did fine. Good, Pamela. Does that sound good? Your joy. You drew a lip. Okay, does that sound good? You guys ready for me to start reading this? I don't plan on being, you know my time limit. I don't stay on this thing more than 2 hours. I cut it off within 2 hours. Okay. So any question, any concerns, any thoughts? And those go ahead on, continue to send to his commissary in MCC through Western Union. I am going to do a video on that because I had someone from the UK and also from Africa who requested for me to redo another video so I can pinpoint exactly like a tutorial how to send money off to him using Western Union and things like that, because a lot of them do not have access to a Cash App or anything like that. So that is it. Is anybody have any question? No question? Okay, let's get started with this reading. And Miss Fa, thank you so much, my dear, for being a trooper and coming back onto the battlefield.
No problem. It's been a while, so I
I
said, let me
know.
go
I
ahead
know
and
you
see if she
missed
needs
it.
help.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show it on my screen. And somebody put a disclosure out that I do not want anyone taking anything in content from this channel because this is my stuff. I paid for it. So I don't want nobody taking my stuff. I didn't have time to put a what's the name over it?
The watermark.
Like Randa did. Randa did my watermark and I didn't get a chance to do the watermark. But you know what? I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to put it on the side and I'm going to put our face on it on the side. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Here we go. All right. We're going to do this. Okay. Here we go. This is the, what do you call it? The transcript from February 9th. This is the when they rejected him. Okay, you guys are ready? You guys ready? Hey, Ashley. Hey, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you never reached out to me, young lady. Guys, I have an announcement to tell you guys, but I'm going to do it most likely on Friday. There are some individuals I may need your help on something, and this is something that's good for Robert, and I'll give you guys some details about it. It's amazing what God is doing on to bring awareness for Mr. Kelly. But I'll tell you guys a little bit about it on Friday. Okay, sounds good. All right. Yes, thank you, Rena. I do not give permission to anybody to take any of my stuff. Nothing. Do not take anything from this channel. I paid for this. Okay. All right. It's all yours. So I'm gonna do my part, right?
Yeah, you can just scroll for me because I got it blown up on mine. So you can just scroll up and down for me so I can read.
Oh, you gonna read it from here?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna read it from your own thing.
I mean, I can. It doesn't matter. I can read it from my own
because
thing.
I want to keep it there because I don't want nobody stealing my stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So I can provide.
That's why I send it to you. That's why I send it to you.
Okay.
I'm being very strategic in what I do because folks will steal your stuff and then they'll be like, "Oh, I had it," but so I'm avoiding anybody making any kind of theft.
As you should.
All right. So you guys are ready?
And where do I need to start?
Start from the beginning because this is not as bad as the one for Larry. This one is pretty simple, and I wanted to read my part. I'm gonna go open it up on another screen here, so I can. Okay, guys, we're gonna get started, and I'm going to read my part. Okay, you want to start from the beginning?
At the United States District Court?
Yes, please.
Okay. United States District Court, Eastern District of New York, United States of America 19 CR 286 AMD versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, U.S. Courthouse, also known as R. Kelly, Brooklyn, New York, defendant, February 9, 2021 at 11:30 a.m. Go read that part to transcript.
Yeah.
Okay. Transcript of telephonic criminal cause for status conference before the Honorable Ann Donnelly, United States District Judge. Appearances representing the government, Seth Ducharme.
You
No.
don't have to read the address. You don't have to read
Okay.
those people. We can start with presenting the defendant's attorney, Greenberg trial lawyer, and without the address,
Okay.
just the name.
Okay. Representing the defendant, Greenberg trial lawyers, and just that, and not the Chicago stuff.
No, just his name's Greenberg, and then Michael
Leonard,
Esquire.
Leonard Meyer, LLP, by Michael Leonard Esquire, reported by Leah Schmidt, official court reporter. Transcript 25, produced by computer aided transcription.
Okay, now we can start. And then I'll take the part. Let me take the part of Miss Getty. I'll be Miss Getty. Getz.
Okay.
And I guess, okay, so you'll be Greenberg, and I'll be the judge. I'll be court.
Sure, I'll be Greenberg.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the clerk. This is criminal cause for a telephone status conference docket number 19, CR 286, USA versus Robert Kelly. Before asking the parties to state their appearance, I would like to note the following persons granted remote access to proceedings are reminded of the general prohibition against photographing, recording, and rebroadcasting of court proceedings. Violation of these prohibitions may result in sanctions, including removal of court-issued media, credentials, restricted entry to future hearings, denial of entry to future hearings, or any other sanction deemed necessary by the court. Would these parties please state their appearance? Government first.
Elizabeth Getty, Nadia Shahata, and Maria Cruz Mendez for the government. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Greenberg. Good morning, Your Honor. Steve Greenberg on behalf of Mr. Kelly. The court. Good morning.
I'm the court.
Oh, you're the court. I'm sorry.
Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead, Leonard.
Mr. Leonard. Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Leonard on behalf of Mr. Kelly.
Good morning. And is Mr. Kelly on also?
Am I Mr. Kelly?
Yes, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Kelly.
Good morning.
All right. We have a couple of things accomplished today. To accomplish today. The first issue is the question of the trial date. And then we can talk also about this motion to compel discovery. But I think it sounds like you all are on the road to resolving that on your own. But let me first talk about the trial date. We're scheduled for an April trial date, but I suspect it's not going to come as a surprise to anyone that it is not a date that is going to work. Given the current condition of New York, there is currently a travel advisory. I think that there was the last time we spoke that requires quarantine and testing. So this is a concern. Obviously, as we have discussed before, we have to ensure that we can get juries. And in New York, most of our jurors are a good portion of them take public transportation to court. I'm also concerned about, moving Mr. Kelly to MDC. There's currently a COVID outbreak at that facility, and that would require some quarantining. And just in terms of vaccine, although there is now vaccine, which there wasn't last time we talked, it's not all clear what government court personnel fit into the prioritization. As far as I am aware, there is no provision for the court staff, clerk, and other court personnel to get vaccine. Well, certainly not a priority as far as I am aware. I am also aware that you're set to begin a trial in Chicago in September. And so, but I am also assuming that you're using a jury questionnaire in that case. So these are all concerns that make that April trial date not realistic as all at I guess as all. Now, if we were to schedule a trial in the summer to accommodate your Chicago date, it would have to end, I think, by August 27. And so, but we could set a trial date for July in the hopes that our situation has improved by then. So let me hear first from Mr. Kelly's counsel to see what your thoughts are on that.
Mr. Greenberg, sure, Your Honor. This is Steve Greenberg. We have been speaking with the government quite extensively about this, and I think we all anticipated that an April date for all the reasons you stated, plus more, just the logistics of having people come in 2 weeks before they have to testify, possibly wasn't going to work. We had discussed the August 6th trial date, and that worked, I think, for everyone's schedule, if that works for the court.
Yes, that does work. I have not even been able to touch bases with Judge Ledenweber, but I know you had a conversation. I know you had a conference with him. And I think, as I said before, in order to accommodate the jury process in that case, our trial would have to finish here by August 27th. And I'm assuming you would like maybe some downtime between the trial, Mr. Greenberg, but maybe not.
Mr. Greenberg, no, I don't judge. Your Honor, I don't know. I think that's a very tentative date. There's some severance issues, and I also, just in Chicago, our courts aren't slated. Our order that we was already in place much longer than the New York order. Our vaccine rollout has been a disappointment. They have the same problem with the federal court personnel are not prioritized, although apparently some state court people are. And I think that is a highly tentative date in any event.
All right. Well, then why don't we, and I'm assuming this date is good for the government too. Is that right, Ms. Geddes? That's right. I believe, though, the council misspoken. We are actually talking about Monday, August 9th. August 6th is a Friday.
Mr. Greenberg, oh, I'm sorry. Was it the 9th?
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. So that is the date that we will put on the calendar. And hopefully by that point, there'll be an improvement in the pandemic situation. Just so I don't forget to do that before, That period is excludable, obviously, because given the pandemic situation, given the concern with out of state witnesses getting to New York, as well as ensuring that Mr. Kelly can get to New York and be able to confer with his counsel. So that time is excludable. The next question I want to address is the extent to which you have been able to work out a discovery dispute. I know that there was going to be some production on February 5th, and I hear from the government about that process. Yes, Your Honor. The government did provide a production of 3,500 material for approximately 50 witnesses. On Friday, defendant counsel picked it up, so I don't want to speak for them, but I believe that the issue has been resolved and is now a mute. Okay, Mr. Greenberg?
Mr. Greenberg, Mr. Leonard, judge, is handling this issue.
Sorry.
Thank you. Mr. Leonard, am I reading Mr. Leonard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Leonard, Mr. Greenberg gives me the hard stuff. No, Judge, we're 95% resolved. There is one remaining issue in terms of the party's interpretation of the protective order and how it applies to the 3,500 materials. Defense counsel's understanding, our understanding, is that, of course, when we give them to our follow attorneys, maybe fellow paralegals, etc., we know they can't disseminate them to anybody else, nor do we have any intention to do that. But the government's counsel takes the position that if an attorney's working with us on the case, they have to have an appearance of record on file to see the 3,500 material. We don't view the order, or we don't view the order as requiring that, nor do we think that from a common sense standpoint, it makes sense to say that my associate couldn't see the materials, or Mr. Greenberg's or any other attorney who was working on the case, whether they have appeared or not. It shouldn't, in our view, be the standard. But I've talked to Ms. Getz about that yesterday, and I don't want to speak for her, but I think their position is that that's what it requires.
Let me ask you, how many people are you talking about potentially? How many other lawyers?
I think would just be 3. I think would be just 3, Judge. The associate in my office, the associate in Mr. Greenberg's office, and then counsel who is not of record, who works essentially full-time on the case from.
Okay.
Who is a Michigan lawyer who has appearance in some of the other cases?
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming I'll hear from you, Ms. Getz, but I'm assuming you just are interested in knowing what the universe of people who are going to access to this. Oh, what? Who are going to have access to this material? Is that correct? Well, Your Honor, the government has no objection to the associates in counsel of records office having access to that, because the firm itself has entered in a notice of appearance. So there is certainly no objection to counsel providing the 3,500 material for their associate. The issue is there is another lawyer who is working on, who I understand is working separately, representing Mr. Kelly in the state, but is not representing him federally. She has not filed a notice of appearance. She is not subject to the court's order and would not be subject to the sanctions by the court, were she to violate them. So we have no objection to her receiving the material if, in fact, she files a notice of appearance in this matter. But given that she hasn't so far, she remains only counsel of record in the state proceeding, we do not think there is any reason to provide this material, which was designed to allow counsel to prepare a defense in this case and not in the state case. The judge. Is there any, is there any wrong with just asking her to put a notice of appearance in, Mr. Leonard? Doesn't seem like it's a heavy lift.
Mr. Leonard, I don't think it's a heavy lift. I mean, she would certainly be willing to sign whatever the protective order demands, that she wouldn't disseminate the materials just like our associates would have to do, Judge. I mean, she's an attorney who works, for a good portion of this case with us. She just doesn't happen to be an attorney of record.
Okay, well, I think, see, if you can figure out a way to work it out, maybe I'm missing something, but the significance of putting an appearance on the record, but that seems like a logical solution to me. Since she's not affiliated with your firm, if you can get her to file a notice of appearance, I think that would solve everything. But if there is another way around it, you all can work it out. You can do that too. Oh, I'm also told that there's another lawyer who wants to be put an appearance on record, Mr. Fanerilio. I don't know how to say his name.
Farinella?
Farinella.
I think
Okay,
the same.
well, I said Fanerio. Well, he might have mute himself. Okay.
Judge, this is Greenberg.
Okay.
This is Greenberg. There is one other issue with the protective order, which I don't think the government has any objection to, and I missed when we did it. The first paragraph says that we'll return all the 3,500 material within 10 days of the conclusion of the trial.
Uh-huh.
They don't have any objection to that being modified, and we can send language to the court that we've agreed on to say that we can return it until any appeals are done, if there are any appeals, or retain it in our files as with the other materials under our rules here. We are supposed to keep a copy of our file under our own rules in Illinois.
Well, Ms. Getz, do you have a response to that? Yes, I'm happy to try to work this out with defense counsel. We had previously advised that we don't have any objection to their retaining the 3,500 material until the conclusion of the direct appeal in this case. We hadn't discussed their intention or any requirement that they might it in their files. They might maintain it in their files. Well, let me talk with Mr. Greenberg offline, if that's okay with the court and counsel. Sure. And we will see if we can work that out. Okay. The one other thing that I don't think I have done in this case yet is in connection with the amendment of Rule 5 of the Rule of Criminal Procedure. It was amended in late 2020. And so if I did it already, well, I'm repeating it now. But this is in connection with the prosecution obligation pursuant to Brady against Maryland. And that obligation requires the prosecution to disclose to the defendant all material, whether it's admissible or not, that is favorable to the defendant, material either to guilt or to punishment unknown to the prosecutor. Possibly possible consequences for noncompliance may include dismissal of individual charges or the entire case, exclusion of evidence, and professional discipline or court sanction on the lawyers responsible. Also, I'll also enter in a written order that describes this obligation more fully, as well as the possible consequences of failing to meet the obligation, and that the prosecution will review it and comply to the order. Ms. Getz, does the prosecution confirm that it understands its obligation and will fulfill them? Ms. Getz, it does, Your Honor. I'm sure also the parenthetically that the obligation applied and also has applied regardless of whether the judge read this order. But as I say, this is a new amendment to the rule, so complying with it. All right? Is there anything else anybody wants to put on record? Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Liz Geddes for the government. I just want to address a couple of additional scheduling matter. I believe that Your Honor has scheduled the jury selection to begin on, or our agreement among counsel is that jury selection would begin August 9th, and that the distribution of jury questionnaire will occur at a date prior. We previously discussed distribution with questionnaire 3 weeks in advance of jury selection, which allow for and then the judge says, July 12th, or hold on 1 second, probably a little later. That's okay? Go ahead. Yes, July 19th would be, and that would allow all the distribution of 30 questionnaires a day, assuming that that's how the court would proceed in light of the pandemic, and also allowing review. Okay. Then two other quick scheduling matter. Would Your Honor like the defendant and counsel present the distribution of the jury questionnaire? Well, I think that's the way we have envisioned it. I would have to say it is. And I am sure they would want to be there. Is that correct, Mr. Greenberg?
Your Honor, this is Greenberg. I guess it depends on how you're going to do it. When I have been involved in federal cases with jury questionnaires, they have in the past just handed them out to the people in the jury room, had them fill them out, and then distribute them to us. And we have not been present. But if Your Honor wants us to be present, we will be present. We have no preference.
Well, we can work out the details of this later. But I believe, and I haven't actually reviewed this recently, but I believe that the presiding judge usually speaks to the jurors before, just about what their obligations are, and introduce the parties. But that part, the introduction of the parties, does not have to occur until we're winding down. We have gone through the process of elimination of jurors that can't sit. So you know what we can do, though, just so I'm not speaking off the cuff here. We will let you know the procedures that we intend to follow. And we have got a little time before that happens, okay? Thank you, Judge. Then the last thing from the government, and this is something I didn't have a chance to address with the defense counsel. But in light of the difficulty of arranging travel and ongoing pandemic, we would request that the court schedule a date certain or a date more certain for opening and proposing that we do that on August 11th, which would allow 2 days for jury selection after prospective jurors have been winded down through this questionnaire process. And that would allow the government to, I think, better arrange for travel with its witnesses, the judge. That makes sense to me. Mr. Greenberg or Mr. Leonard, how about you?
That's fine, Judge. This is Greenberg again. I'm sorry. If we pick faster, then we'll just have a little bit of a break. And if we pick slower, we'll go on it. I mean, that's perfectly fine.
All right. I mean, usually in the ordinary case, obviously we would have other consideration here. Just given the type of case and the pandemic, jury selection usually goes pretty quickly. Once have the process of elimination due to questionnaires. So if anything, we'll have a little extra time to prepare. So, all right. Anything else anybody wants to put on record?
No, Judge.
You not finished, Greenberg?
Oh, I thought it was Miss Getty. Okay. Miss Getty's. Miss Getty's raised what we were doing to raise. This is Greenberg again. I'm sorry, which was being there for the questionnaires. The only thing is, does Your Honor want to schedule a status maybe in April, just so that we can all see where we're at?
Yes, I think we will. I just have not looked at the calendar to see what a good day is. Let me just, I know. Greenberg.
I was reading somewhere else. Okay. And my April is now open.
Okay, hold on. Let me just check with the courtroom deputy. So I think what if we pick something in mid-April? Does that sound like a good plan? Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Mr. Leonard. If we could pick before the April 19th, because in light of this trial going away, I may have a trial April 19th. So if we could do that, that would be great.
Sure. April 15th?
That's great.
What time works, Donna? 11:30? Okay, 11:30 on April 15th. That's good for everyone. Government, too? It is, Your Honor. All right, great. So, as I said before, that is excludable adjournment in the interest of justice, given the circumstances that we find ourselves in. Anything else that anybody wants to put on record? Not from the government. Thank you, Judge.
Not from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Everyone, I'll talk to you in April.
Thank you. Stay healthy.
That Mr. Kelly said.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And that concludes the hearing. Thank you, young lady.
No problem.
Anybody have any questions? That was the whole case, y'all. That was the hearing. What do you think?
I think it was pretty cut and dry.
Did we do a good job? Did we do a good job?
We really did. I think we did pretty good. And I really enjoyed your, dryness and, just giving like a whole Judge T, how she was just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. Why not?
But you see how she addressed the part where the 3,500, the information being, if they don't give it to them at a certain time, that they will be held, there'll be some consequences for them, and the case could be dropped or thrown out, or
Yeah, I know they were quick to do that then.
yeah.
So I have a question, and this may be kind of a slow question,
Uh-huh.
but wouldn't it make more sense just to have him appear via Zoom?
What in for the court?
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know.
I mean, because it's like, because she even stated that, I do, well, I mean, this was in February, of course, before like, people were getting vaccinated and everything, but she was just like, I kind of worry about him being transported here. And it's like there are a lot of cases in the Brooklyn MDC, and I'm kind of worried about bringing him here. So it's like, why don't you just let him do it from Zoom?
Yeah.
Since they think he's so monstrous and he's going to intimidate people, just let him be somewhere else for everybody's safety, for his and everybody else. That's just what I was thinking.
Mm. Yep. Yep, you're absolutely right. All right. Anybody have any questions, guys? So that was the transcript. What do you call it? Transcript.
Transcript.
The transcript from the court proceeding. I'm gonna start getting all of them for you guys, so you guys can hear. Some of them are not available, but the ones that are available, I'm gonna get for you guys, so you can hear what went on in the court. So you guys could be abreast of what's happening, and you won't be blindsided.
I got to hear one. I was excited to get to hear one day.
Or at the hearing.
Mm-hmm.
When did you hear it? When I gave you the number?
Yes,
Okay.
whichever one you gave the number to, that's the one I got to listen in on.
Well, I keep you guys abreast of everything. I did read the other one from the other day, yesterday. I read it because I took my own notes. And I try to give it to you guys word for word what I remember. But my old mind, old head sometimes don't remember everything. So I have to rely on paper.
Right. No problem going old school.
Elizabeth asked, what is your opinion, Sylvia and Miss Fur? What's your opinion?
On the overall transcript?
On what? Opinion on what we read, or what are you asking, Elizabeth? Welcome to everyone who's in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you click the like, share this video, because we're going to be providing information about Mr. Kelly. There's some things that I am going to speak to you guys about, and on Friday I will give you an update on what it is.
Is it good or is it bad?
It's very good. It's very
Okay,
good.
good.
It's very, very good. It's very good. Well, I'm just trying to wait for an answer on something from somebody, and then once I get the answer, then I'll be able to release it to you guys. But I need to get the answer. I sent out a message, and I am just waiting for a reply to that message.
As far as I think Elizabeth's talking about the transcript, but I think overall, my opinion is that like I just feel that it's super slow. That's what kind of frustrates me about it. It's like, okay, come on, let's move this along. Like, why can't we make more decisions? Why is it so like, I don't know. We'll think about it. It's like, why is there never a clear cut decision on let's do this, let's do it that way?
Yeah, yeah. We're trying to bring more awareness of Robert's situation. So one of the things we're doing, and we're asking those who can participate in you giving donation for the banner. I'm not telling you have to do it, but We're very close to the balance of what we need for the first banner to go out on July, and we're gonna do it like the middle of July. Those who want to participate and want to bring the awareness, for this short phrase or whatever we want to put out there. It was pretty successful in the first one we did in New York, and we're going to put out another one, and we're going to put two out, one in August and one in July. We're trying to make it as close as to the court date, just for people to spark some interest. And if you put something out that's gonna be like a attention grabber, they'll go and start looking up and seeing what this case is all about and what's happening to Mr. Kelly. So we're asking those who donate to the banner to submit your phrases, and remember, it has to be 45 character. That's including the spaces. 45 character, and I need you guys to submit it, and then we're going to vote on it, and we're going to have there's two messages to go out, and it's going to be a banner flown by an airplane that we did last time. We did get some traction, and we want more. And you see what happened with that guy. He was passing judgment on Mr. Kelly after he saw the banner flying. His name was, what was his name, Maris? What was that guy name?
How do you think I would know? But I do know Joe Budden.
Thank you. I don't know him, but he made a comment, and the funny thing is, Spitting Fire has suggested, and she wants us to do another banner. A lot of people said they don't want to waste their money on that guy, but basically to counter what his comment was, because now he's in trouble. Sometimes that's why you got to watch what you say, watch what you do, because the same, like the song that Robert's saying, you better watch what you do to someone else. Same thing you do somebody, it's going to happen to you. So the same measure that he put out on Robert, now he's getting it back on him. You see how it works? You see how this works?
Everybody in the industry said they're such hypocrites. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They always have something to say, but they got the most demons too. So it's like, I mean, come on.
So I am asking you guys to participate in it. Whatever your amount that you wish to submit, it will be greatly appreciated. This is for the cause of getting awareness out there for Mr. Kelly, getting some message so people start researching, start thinking about the situation he is in, because a lot of people are changing their mind. I got a call from my brother yesterday. He lives in Florida, and he's probably watching my video right now. But he called me, and he was like, R. Kelly's getting out. I said, huh? He says, yeah, R. Kelly's getting out, and I heard you have something to do with it. I was like, really? How? So then he said he was watching some blogger who had over 300 and something K subscribers, and that person had a phone number for people to call in, and the guy was showing my video. I was like, wow. I was like really amazed. I was like, wow. And then the other thing too, I wanted guys, but I'm going to tell you guys on Friday. I'm not going to tell you now because it's something that, should I tell you guys now what it is?
I kind of want to know, but then again, I kind of wish
we'll wait till
Friday. Yeah, let's just wait.
I gotta get the answer, and then
wait till you get your answer.
I get the answer. But that's what's happening. We think that this channel is so small, but there are people watching, guys. There
Absolutely.
are people, because you guys have been sharing. Because remember, I told you, everybody plays a part in this. Everybody plays a part. You guys, you may not have a channel, but you can spread the word. You can forward. You can share the different people's channel. And it's helping to bring awareness to Robert's situation. And a lot of celebrities, guys, they're changing their mindset because of the information we're providing out there. That's why I made a choice that this channel will no longer get into the nonsense. And Um, Unique Thought reminded me I need to go scrub my channel and get all the stupid stuff off and stick with what's more important and keeping it focused. The other thing too, someone was telling me that TikTok, if you guys are good at doing TikTok, start spreading the word out on Robert on your TikTok. Let it ignite like fire. You know how TikTok, you just put a couple of words in there and just boom, start doing the TikTok. You see what I'm saying? Go start putting stuff on TikTok. We got to make this social media work for us because they used it against Robert to get him in where he is right now. Social media played a big part. You guys don't think it did? It did. I promise you. This is the way to get information out, is social media. And if we're not tweeting and IGing and Facebooking and YouTubing and all that kind of stuff, there's somebody's going to take that little nugget that we're talking about and bring it out to the masses. We're being heard. Folks are bringing new channels up and they're talking about Robert. Before, it was those that was against him that had the biggest, loudest voice. Now we're starting to have big voices, even though it's a small channel. You'll be surprised who's in these behind the screen watching. And you might end up getting the person that's going to just blow this whole case wide open.
These people are always in the bushes that you don't know that are listening and like, oh, okay. I didn't think about it like that.
I never knew there was some person, a big blogger, because, well, look, one day, remember, Tasha K popped up in here because I was playing her stuff.
I remember that.
So, I mean, we might think we're small, but we're big. Because I know this channel goes all the way to Africa, y'all. I know for a fact. Because I've gotten messages from people from England. I've gotten messages from Philippines. I've got people sending me messages on my email. They're watching.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know how can they help.
And then even with the special guests that you've had on your videos.
Exactly.
Lives. Like, I mean, people really pay attention. Like, even if you think that, like, oh, my channel's small, like, people are paying attention to you.
Look, my ex-husband told me 2 days ago, Sylvia, I see you doing your thing. I'm like, huh? He said, yeah, I saw you on YouTube. He's like, I saw you on YouTube. I see you. I say, he says, it's a good thing that you're helping Robert. He says, I believe in you. And I was like, ooh, that's a compliment from an ex.
That is.
So you'd be surprised. So that's why I have to change the whole dynamics of what's happening on this channel. I had to repent, guys. I had to repent because I did entertain it. And now I'm sticking with what is necessary. Right. We're in the 9th hour, the 11th hour, they say, and we're in the 4th quarter, and we got 5 seconds left on that clock. We got to make it count, guys. And you guys got a charge. You got a mission. You got, every single one of you guys got a mission, a position of what you need to be operating in, and you need to get out there. You need to get out there. Some of us are prayer warriors. Some of us are bloggers. Some of us are marchers. Some of us are. Everybody has a position to play in this. And the good thing is, God is going to be the one to get the glory. See, the Lord allows certain things to happen, people to be moved, things to be revealed, because he's not going to let his child stay there much longer. He's not. Robert is coming out. I have confirmation on top of confirmation on top of confirmation about this. It's just a process. And he's getting something out of us. I'm talking about God. He's getting something out of us in this situation. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, prayer changes things. That's right, Carolyn. Prayer changes things. Absolutely, God is in control. And you notice at first, when we first started praying, hell started going. I mean, it was like everything that could have happened. It was attacks. But we stood fast. We prayed. We fasted. We did that 40-day fast and we started seeing God move. Things started being elevated. People's minds started opening up. Folks are being moved out the way. Those that were like biggest enemies of Robert are being pushed out the way. And that's only because of our prayers. Tell me God can't do it. God is doing it. And watch the numbers drop since I've started talking about God. Watch. But I'm just saying, um, y'all just gotta watch it. People being revealed. Folks that you thought that was really for Robert, turns out they weren't.
And they revealed themselves.
Yeah, they revealed themselves.
Nobody had to even do it. They revealed themselves just by talking, just by running their mouth.
I'm telling you, it's not. It's trust me. Robert's latter days are gone. There's going to be new things happening for him. The new beginning. Everything that Robert lost, I think about Job. Everything that he lost, he's going to get it back 100 folds. And the great thing is, he had people like you guys believing and trusting God that, this man is innocent. No matter what anybody else thinks, this man is innocent. We didn't say he's perfect. We said he's innocent because none of us are perfect. And we have to get to that point that you got to stand for something, or else you'll fall for anything. And I'm standing believing, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that Robert is going to win. He will be out. And those mountains are being moved. You guys, have you been watching what's been happening the last couple of weeks? And I'm not trying to I don't gloat in anybody's bad situation, but I used to always say you got to watch what you do. You got to watch what you say to people, because the same measure that you put out for someone else, the Bible speaks of it. Whatever hole you dig for someone else, just be careful, because you're going to end up falling in that same hole that you're digging for somebody else.
Exactly.
That same hole, you're going to fall right in it. That's why I do not jump for joy for anybody's situation, because you can't, because you living in this world. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. You pray for the best for everyone. And you see, 2019, when all of this first happened, remember how the Me Too movement was just like crazy. And the people that was against Robert was like, oh my God, it was like we were like the minority, and we was like the ones that was getting attacked like crazy. And we were so like, we had to have a little small voice saying we stand for Robert. I remember when I was doing that first march, and people was looking at us like, what the heck is wrong with them? We had signs. That was not like a glorious thing at the time. We had a sign saying that Robert was innocent. We were marching. It was not that many of us, and people was looking at us. They were laughing at us, and it was small numbers. Now it's growing more people, and then all the chaos started happening, all the craziness.
All the distractions started coming in.
Absolutely. You know what? The enemy knows when victory is coming right around the corner. That's when the enemy is going to fight like teeth and nails, going to try to fight everything that we're doing. But we can't get distracted. We got to get stronger. This is a time when you turn, turn these YouTube stuff off and get on your knees. Turn that plate down. And I know a lot of people are not religious, and I understand that. But you got to believe in something, some greater power than you. And you can pray to whatever God you call your God. And we're standing here, and I know a lot of people that's in this chat is not for Robert. I understand that. They only came here to listen or hear what I have to say in terms of the transcript I was reading. They're not here for the same thing we're here for. But it's okay. As long as you stand for what you believe in, and right now, our common goal is to help Robert get out of this situation. We're not the judge, we're not the jury, we're not the attorney, we're not any of that, but we have voices, we have power as a collective unit. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that Robert Sylvester Kelly is going to be out. That he will have his voice, and he will no longer be muted. All the other people are being muted. Bill Cosby case is turning around? Absolutely, definitely. I'm not giving up either, Anna. You know what, Anna? I went through the bumps and bruises, and my name has been scandalized. I've been torn to pieces, and of course, there's some things. Yeah, I was part of some things. Yes, I was. But here's the deal with me. There's nobody could ever question my sincerity, my drive, my passion for this fight for this man. I've done the craziest things, y'all. The craziest thing that I would never think of me doing something like this as a Christian, because right now the YouTube got my breasts all over the place. I'm just being honest. Mitzvah, I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because I was playing detective. I was playing reporter because I wanted to get information. And I went into the lion's den knowing that there will be casualties, that I did not know the severity of it, how I was going to be like. I'm glad I'm not going to run for any kind of government official position because, Lord, people could just be like, oh, her breast was over here and that. And, but I did that because.
Even with that, you were trying to help. Like, you were trying to get information in order to help. Like, even with that, because I remember you were talking about that. I was like, you were still trying to help.
I was. I mean, I'm telling you guys, and if anybody would question my commitment or my stance for Robert, if you question me, you know something wrong with you, because anybody who could say Sylvia's not for Robert Sylvester Kelly, I know some of you guys that knows me will cuss them out and tell them, maybe somebody else, but not Sylvia, not the stuff that I've been through. I've been through. I've gone to almost every court hearing I've been to. If I'm not there, I'm listening to it on the phone, or I've spent so much like money. That's why I had to go get me a little other job and all this kind of stuff, because my husband was like, "Oh, we can't keep doing this. It's possible." But my thing is, when I believe in something, I fight hard. I fight hard. And it's not for anything, it's because of who I am. I am always for the underdog. I will fight hard for them. That's why my profession is to help kids that are disabled and things like that, because I'm a fighter. I'm a crybaby, but I'm a fighter. I'm very stubborn too. If I believe in something, I'm going to stick with it until I see it come to fruition. That is me. And I will be an open book. I don't mind you knowing that I did certain things because I felt I was helping. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm gonna own up to what I did. And if I had to do it again, y'all, would I do it again? Yes, I would. I would. Because I felt that's what I needed to do at the time. Am I ashamed of something? Yeah. Do you think I want my breasts all over the place? Because people talk about me and saying, oh, but I did it. And it was the most disgusting individual that I was trying to get information from. It was disgusting. He was a nasty pervert. It was just, oh my God. I remember when I used to talk to him on the phone. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what am I doing to myself?
He literally thought you were his girlfriend.
He was a nasty pervert. He was very disgusting. And let me tell you something. It wasn't me that asked. He was the one begging me for certain things, you know? So I'm like, Lord, I was looking for pictures. I was like, okay, I need a picture of somebody's breast. Where can I find one at? I couldn't find one. So I said, okay, let me take a picture of myself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And they should not even be doing it to you, because it's like, couldn't you sue or do something about that legally?
He gave it to the guy over there. He gave it to him. And what he's doing now, he's flying it all over the place. He said he's gonna put it this, he's gonna take it to court, and he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. I own up to it. I did it. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I did. I got recordings of Demetrius. And every single thing that I've done, I have turned it over to the attorneys. Nothing I did was just for my pleasure. Nope. I believe 1000% that Mr. Kelly is innocent. And when this is all over, guys, I'm telling you something. I'm not looking for anything for that man. I'm not even looking for a thank you. I just want him to have the life that God has ordained for him. That's all I want.
But I'm sure he was thankful for your support when you met him.
I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, my experience of me looking into that man's face and that man talking to me, and that is the point. Even if I had any doubt, when I talked to him, that's when I knew that this man did not do the stuff that these people say he did. Yeah, I've never been in his bedroom. I don't know how he handles his relationship. No, I don't. But the stuff they were saying, like all this extra stuff, that's not that man. That's not. Ain't nobody that good. Nobody that good could hide that kind of character. Nobody that good. Carolyn, I think that would be God's thing. All we can do is that and pray for him. That's all we can do. We're not God. God has a decision on what, and none of us, I'm telling you, none of us are doing exactly what God tells us to do, no matter how good of a Christian you are. But we always tend to try to say what somebody should do in their lives. But my thing is, we need to take care of our own individual selves. We all need to worry about ourselves. What are we doing? Are we following God's path? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Are we following God's path? Are we? And I'm telling you, if you were that perfect, you would not be here on this earth. I promise you, you'd probably be where Christ is. That's the only person I know that was perfect. Let us just love on him. Let us just love on each other
Exactly.
and not pass judgment. Because we're also good of passing judgment what somebody coulda, shoulda, woulda did. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I
And
do.
the thing with people always looking at other people and seeing the other person as doing certain thing, but then you never look at yourself. You never look at yourself. When everybody think that Robert's in where he is because of something he did. No, Robert is in there because God allowed it. And there's something God is pulling out of Robert. And he's also teaching us as well as Robert. Think about Job. Job was an upright man, but God allowed him to go through hell. And we are watching Robert go through hell, and he has not said a mumbling word. The man sent me a letter the other day, I told you guys. And that letter, he said to pray for his enemy. While he's going through all of this, he said, pray for my enemy. If that's not Christ, what is it? So, on that note, it is almost 12 o'clock. I have a work day to begin tomorrow. So, I just want you guys to be encouraged, and know that Robert will be out of this. And God is going to get the glory. God is going to get the glory. I thank you guys for being here. Hopefully, I get this many numbers in the prayer, but I won't hold
Exactly.
my breath. Look, I won't hold my breath, but anyway, as I promise you guys that I will bring whatever information I have, whatever I can search, I will bring it to you. And I hope you guys have an awesome night. God bless you. God keep you. And I love you guys.
And can I say one more off-topic thing though
Go
before you
ahead.
get
Go ahead.
off?
Go ahead.
So on the call, I was really shocked at how young he sounds.
Who?
Robert.
Oh, you didn't know he got
Like I didn't think, like I wasn't expecting him to sound as well. I mean, I've heard him talking, in the interviews, but he just his voice sounds like so like young and upbeat. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, he does. He does. But he's a strong man. He's a strong man.
he definitely is.
I want to well, we'll talk on Friday because there's some stuff I need to share with you guys. But anyway, God bless you. Eric. Hey, Eric. Eric Lee. How are you? Lene, Crafty, Design, Elizabeth. Good night. Good night. Good night, Carolyn. Thank you for stopping by, Carolyn. It's the first time I've ever seen you in my chat. Welcome. I hope you subscribe, and I hope I wasn't too harsh on you. Hey, Star. Hey, Anna. Rita, my girl, Rita. That's my prayer partner. That's my girl. Let's see, Marietta. Hello. Hey, Keish. Hey, Ashley, my darling Ashley. Hey, my guy, forensic tech guy. Linnell, let's see, anybody else? Hey, bye. Guys, you guys have a good night. Hey, Kayla, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? All right, I gotta go. Gotta go to bed. It's my nighttime. All right, night.
Good night. Bye.
God bless you. Bye, guys. Thanks, Miss Fa.